with Baba. We haven't filmed lately. I had to take some personal time off for myself, but we're ready now. And the first thing I'm going to do is the potato manja with pork for that young man that asked for it. And it's very easy. It was a manja that people did for weddings because a wedding was 4 or 5 days. That's how weddings were back home. A lot of people attending, a lot of food, and nothing easier than to do a large tipsia full of potatoes and pork because they raised their own pigs for about 3 years, and then they had meat for quite a long time. So pork was their favorite meat to work with. So now I'm going to show you, you can make it in smaller portions. We're going to make it for about 4 people today in here. You want to make it for 6 people, you use a larger container, put more potatoes, more meat, and there you have it. I boiled my pork in here, and I'm just heating it up now, so I'll be ready to put in. And I'm also going to put my oven on. Now my oven has to go at 425 because, as you know, I've told you, it doesn't really bake as good as my old oven. My old oven, I'd probably put it at 375. So this one, I put it on at 425. I've already cleaned my potatoes. So since it's for 4 people, I decided that 5 potatoes were enough. Really, one person cannot eat more than 1 potato. And sometimes I'll throw in 1 or 2 extra. It depends what size they are. And these were a good size, so I'm okay. So I cut them ahead of time to help me. So I have them in a little bit of brine with a little bit of salt here. And I'm going to take the water out now because I want to handle them here now. I will be cutting them. You want small pieces, okay? So this one will be cut diagonally this way. See, do you see that? Nice small pieces. And they will be cooking evenly if you put them like that. So here's the potatoes now, okay? They're all done. On here is our onion, our garlic, our red bell pepper, and fresh parsley. I didn't have too much, but what I had I brought in. So I'll just put it through like that, my parsley. I love parsley, it's always so fresh. If you have more, you can put a little bit more. Now I'm going to cut my pepper in half because this is a small manja and perhaps it's too much, the whole pepper. We'll see. Because vegetables are good to have, right? If you like a lot of vegetables, then you put it in. But we'll see how much it is. Just chop it in strips. See that? Just little strips like that. And then you roll them around like this. And you just chop them again into little wedges, see? And just watch your fingers. We don't want fingers in the manja. Okay, see that? Now we'll put it in there and see if it needs a little bit more or not. Because nothing is fried in this manja. Everything is fresh like this. And it's really, real easy manja. Easy peasy. You come home from work. You throw it in. If you boiled your meat, which I did earlier, you can boil your meat from overnight and be ready to make it. Now here's our onion. It's the white onion. You can put a sweet onion if you want, but this one has a little bit of a kick to it. A little, you know, it's a tastier. So I think this is the best one for our manjas. The sweet onion is good if you're making a hamburger and you're putting it on top and you like to have it sweet. But I think the yellow onion, this yellow one, is good for the manja. So we'll cut it in half like this, like we always do. We let it sit like that, and you make cuts into it, 3, 4, 5, how many you can get. And then you turn it around and you make little cuts like we did with the pepper. See? And it becomes smaller. See? There we are. And we also incorporate this. See how easy it is? Now, I have also fried these occasionally, but I really have found no difference. So why do work when it's not necessary? If you're going to do a larger one and you feel you want the frying, the taste of it, it's up to you. You can try that. But basically I do it like this. This is one of my easiest manjas to do. The pork with the potatoes. And we'll put a couple of cloves of this garlic. Here we are. Garlic always adds a good taste to a meal. I don't like to overpower my cooking with garlic. I like garlic, but there's people that overpower their cooking because they feel they want to eat it for medicinal purposes. So 2 large cloves are plenty for this manja. They will just make it taste good. You're not going to have garlic taste in your mouth. So you just chop it a little bit finely in there too, like this. All right. See how nice it is? We have all our veggies in there. The thing that we need now, I will bring out. This is my pork. I bought a large pork. I chopped it up. And I was boiling it to put it in. So now here it is. These are my beautiful tomatoes. You see, I buy whole tomatoes. It's very important. Yeah, it's very, very important you buy whole tomatoes. I love tomatoes. It makes the manja taste so good. Yeah. Ooh, there's our oven. So we'll put our tomatoes like this. And a lot of this nice tomato juice. See how nice it is? That's going to give it so much flavor. This is what I do with these. I just slit them down and I chop them up small, okay? Because they need to be cooked inside our manja. Yeah. I told you, I don't like to buy the one that is pieces because I feel they not good tomatoes. These are good tomatoes. They're firm. They cost the same amount of money, so you might as well get this and enjoy them better. Okay? So, you just go a little bit like this. Now you want to incorporate everything. The onions, the peppers, the tomatoes, right? See that? Oh, it smells so good. You should be in my kitchen. I love it. Yep. Very, very nice. This manja is going to be super duper. Now that we've added the tomatoes, I'm going to have, I would say, half a teaspoon of the red pepper. And we just go gently on top, not too much. You don't want to overpower a meal with one of your spices, okay? Because you want to taste the food. You want to taste the peppers, the tomatoes, the meat. So gently, okay? I'm always very light on my seasonings. Here's my black pepper. I love black pepper. So we've got parsley in here, black pepper, and final a little, very, very tiny, tiny little bit of salt, because you can always add salt. You cannot take it off. So here we are. Here is my meat now that I boiled ahead of time, so I would have plenty of time to do this. And I'm going to fill up my container how much I feel it should have. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to go like this again, incorporate everything in there. Make sure it's all nice and ready to be cooked. You see that? Okay, young man, so this is your potato manja with pork. And you lay your pork in there. These are big pieces of pork, not little, chunks, chunky pork. There you go. So 1 piece per person. This is a 4-person meal. Okay, if there's 4 people of you, it'll be fine. If there's 2 people of you, you will have another meal left over for another time. There we are. Now, we have a little bit of juice left. You cannot make soup with pork meat. This water is only for the manja, and then we throw it out. We only make soup with beef. Okay? So 425, we open our oven. We get our little container in there. There it is. Looking good. And I'm going to put my timer on. I would say I'll check it after 20 minutes. It's important that you keep an eye on your cooking, okay? So 20 minutes, we'll look into it again because it should be in about an hour. It takes an hour. Okay, so you go and have a cup of coffee now. There is, after 20 minutes, there is our manja. Ooh, it's looking good. I think it's on its way for cooking. Yep. Very nice. So we'll just close it in there again. That was 20 minutes. So we're going to give it another 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Time, 25. And that'll be 45 minutes. And then we'll see if it's ready or not, okay? 45 to 55 minutes is what it needs. All right, so go have a coffee and come back. All right, so I checked on the potatoes after 20 minutes and they need 20 minutes more. They're hard, okay? So I'll put 20 minutes more and then they should be ready. Oh, look at that. Oh my, very nice. See the manja? It took about 60 minutes for a good cooking because you've got pork and pork takes longer, and the potatoes were a good size. So there you are. So there's our lunch now. My grandson and I will be having lunch together today. So you can serve this, I guess, with some onions, which I don't have, but we got some nice cheese, and everyone can put how much they want. So this is lunch hour and we're eating light, so we don't want too much. So there we are, and I hope you make the manja, young man, that you wanted. It smells delicious, so I'll let you know on our next segment. I'll taste it now, okay? All right, thank you for coming, filming with Baba Afternoons, and we'll see you again.